He
No, I
doesn't
know.
care whether he's a double champ. He doesn't care whether he's going for the presidency of Ireland.
All right, Jesse on fire. Welcome back. So, Conor McGregor obviously got in another fight in the club, and you know, I assume everybody's curious, like, what Conor's side of the story is, and I am going to give you exactly that, because I got in touch with Marcus Deegan, who's like, you know, he works for Conor in a bunch of stuff, and then he got in touch with the team that is in Ibiza, and he's going to tell you guys what they said, and I verified this a bunch of different ways. But, you know, listen, dude, like, I'll give you my opinion on this right out of the gate, okay? On the front side is, if you're in a club at 5:30 in the morning and you see Conor McGregor and you don't know him, I mean, you should probably make sure you have a good reason to be talking to him, first of all. But listen, like, at the end of the day, I don't know what happened. Every single time that a video comes out, every time a video comes out where either, you know, oh, look at the police slamming this black suspect on the ground, I'm like, okay, what happened right before that? Right? Or like, oh, here's a picture of a dude shooting another dude. And you're all, okay, well, what happened right before that? Or like, here's a picture of what, I'm always like, well, what happened right before that? Okay. So in this case, exactly the same thing. I want to know what happened right before that. Right. And so I set out to do that. Now, first thing I'm going to do is evaluate the actual video that everybody's seen. And I do it in a way where you'll be able to see exactly what happened leading up to Conor striking the guy. But real quick before we start, I do just want to throw something out there, okay? I just want to state clearly that I've seen so many guys punch other dudes in clubs and bars when there's alcohol involved that this is not a big deal to me. Like, I just want to make that perfectly clear. All right, so let's actually take a look at the clip itself, and I'm going to do it in a way that I think will fly on YouTube. So I'm going to have to do it bit by bit by bit by bit, but that's actually good because we're going to get to see exactly how this happened. And then, you know, I'm not even going to say what my opinion is, because next I'm going to have Marcus Deegan on, who is in contact with Conor's team in Ibiza, and he's going to tell you what they say happened in this case, and we'll go from there. So check this out. Boom, boom. You got to go one thing at a time. So this is Conor, obviously, in the circle on the left. He's standing up. Okay. The guy right there that you can see kind of in between Conor and his friend, you can see him right now. That's the dude he's going to punch. Okay, there he is. You can see his whole body. He says something to Conor. Conor's leaning down. The guy is just standing there. I don't really know what he's doing. The body language is super weird on this guy, the other guy. You know? And you could see Conor's friends are kind of like circled around him in a way where he clearly doesn't know them, you know, is what it looks like to me. Like, it looks like he doesn't know them. But right there, you see Conor start to get up. That right there, Conor's going to punch him. Okay? So I'll go back for a second. You tell me if you guys see anything leading up to it. So the guy's standing there. Okay? He's kind of swaying. He is moving, right? It's hard to see. And then right there. That's right there. See? So right there is where Conor punches him, okay? So, listen, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen the clip. I don't need to show more of the clip. But also, I'm going to get demonetized if I show it. But that's right there is where he punches him, and then he punches him again. So that is what happened leading into this. What I will say, I'm recording this after I already had Marcus on, so I know what their story is. What I will say is I cannot see that guy's right arm, because the other guy's right arm is part of the story related to what they say happened, and I can't see it. So now let me show you real quick. This is Marcus Deegan's podcast. Okay, it's on Spotify. You can check that out. But this is like, these are things of him and Conor that I mean, like, I know for 100% sure that he's buddies with Conor. They've done work together that I've seen. He works for him at BKFC. Here is a video of the two of them hanging out at BKFC. And yeah, I mean, like I said, believe me, there's no question that they're buddies. So I verified, like, this is legit what he's gonna tell us. So let's get into it. When you have the ability to, you know, get the scoop on Conor McGregor punching a dude in the face in Ibiza in under 24 hours, like, actually, it's a lot shorter than that, huh? You'll end up on my show.
Well, you know what? When I knew that I could get the scoop, TMZ hit me up, and I thought, nah, I'm not going to go with those guys. I'm going to go with my man, Jesse on Fire, because if I'm going to give the scoop to anyone, it's going to be you, my guy.
Yeah, dude. So you and I have talked a bunch about we talked a bunch about Conor, like in these recent cases, because obviously my I made no secret about my thoughts on his case with Nikita Hand, where I probably made 15 videos where I was like, she's lying, you guys, she's lying. That case pisses me off to no end, because I don't know, I feel like every time I talk about Conor, I have to bring that case up because it makes me so mad. It's like, why would she file an injunction to not allow anyone to see the security footage of what she was doing that would have disproved her entire fucking case, obviously?
Well, here's what I love about you is that where everyone went in and attacked Conor when they had no basis or no information or no certainties of it, you put together all the points and you got real about the situation. And what you said was factual, bro. So the fact where everyone was like digging the guy and punching the guy, you came out and said, hang on a second, let's put this all together and let's speak some facts here. So fair props to you for doing that, because a lot of people turned their back on Conor. So we appreciate that you didn't, my guy. Like any kind of conversations that I had with Conor's team or his people are between Conor's team and his people, or even when I have conversations with Conor, it's not something that I like to go publicizing or broadcasting. However, I've seen how all the recent media has come out and is kind of like condemning Conor once again, like they always do, without knowing any of the facts. The media comes out and they just start spewing all this nonsense and everybody believes it. So I felt it was my obligation to come out and tell you guys exactly what happened from the source. Mm-hmm. So obviously Conor's over in Ibiza. He's over there with his family and a bunch of friends partying on his yacht, having a great time. The guy's a workhorse. He's got 50 million different businesses. So from time and time again, when the weather's great, he gets out, goes over to Ibiza to have a good time. He was in this very famous club over there in a VIP section. You guys saw what happened on the video, so let me explain it in a little bit of context that will maybe open your eyes a little bit more. The guy that Conor hit was not from Ibiza and he was not from Spain. The guy that he hit was actually from Dublin. Now, if you know what these people in Dublin are like, they either love Conor or they hate Conor. This guy obviously hated Conor. Now, what you saw in the video was Conor just smacking him. You didn't see what the lead up to that was. This guy had been approaching Conor throughout the night numerous times. And when I say approaching him, squaring up to him, mouthing off, talking shit, Conor was just laughing it off. I've been with Conor on many occasions and I've seen what he's like with his fans. He's awesome to those guys. He'll take 1 million photos. He'll sign 1 million autographs. Conor's really gracious when it comes to his fan base. This guy had obviously had a few drinks. Now, mind you, this was 5:30 in the morning, probably coming to the end of the night, where Conor had had a few drinks with his boys, as they can and as they should. What happened is, previous to that video, as they started filming, and you can't actually quite see it because it's a little bit dark and the guy's hands are hidden, you can see he walks up to Conor with his face down like that, looking very aggressive. And then what had happened was he flinched at Conor with a bottle, meaning he went like this, like he was going to hit Conor or smash the bottle in Conor's face. Conor reacted out of pure reaction and self-defense and bang, cracked the guy. Didn't knock him out. He could have if he wanted to. He just gave him 2 how you goings right in the face, and then the guy was taken away. What people don't understand is, and what I don't get, and you can probably get this as well, is that where do these people get off on thinking that they can walk up to someone, even if it's not Conor, anyone, and mouth off and talk shit, and especially with a bottle in your hand, acting like you're going to throw it. Dude, if you're going to walk up to any kind of professional martial artist, sportsman, or anyone and talk smack and get aggressive and think that you're going to do something, then you've got to be able to accept the consequences that are going to come with it, especially with someone like Conor. If you're going to threaten to hit him with a bottle, mouth off and call him names and staunch up and keep coming back and back and back and trying to egg the guy and bait the guy, then you've got to accept what's going to happen. He's lucky he didn't get a lot more than that. He's very lucky.
No, yeah, I was just going to say, like, my whole thing is, like, I've been in these, like, I've been in basically every facet of this situation many, many times. And the thing that comes to mind for me is, like, dude, if it's 5:30 and you're in a club, okay, and the music is so loud in those places that if you do not know any person, like if it's another guy and you don't know them, if you don't know them really well, you have no reason to be approaching them at all, because you're not going to be able to communicate with them. Like you can't, like, how many times you end up in a club with some dude like rah, rah, rah in your ear and you're like, I can't understand this fucking idiot. Like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know why you're talking to me. It's 5:30 in the morning. Like, there's no reason for anyone who is not there with Conor to be approaching him at 5:30. That I'm not like saying you could just like knock people around, but to me, it's like, and Conor of all people need to learn, stop fucking with that guy, dude. Like, just stop, like, don't press Conor. If you think that because he's a celebrity that the rules are different, it's like no, dude.
I think people get it mixed up. Like, this isn't the internet. You can't call someone names and talk shit. You can do it from your computer back home, but it's a completely different story, Jesse, when you get face to face with someone and you start talking shit, especially to someone like Conor, because as you know, he don't care. He doesn't care whether he's a double champ. He doesn't care whether he's going for the presidency of Ireland. If you come forth with him and you're talking shit, and if you get aggressive, like you're going to throw a bottle at him, then it's all over. So whether you think Conor did wrong or right, in my opinion, he was defending himself in the imminent threat that he was going to get glassed. And glassing is big in Ireland and it's big in Australia as well. Not so big over here in America because you guys sue. You guys have firearms. Where we come from, there's no guns. There's no suing. There's bottles, there's glasses, and there's punching. And that's a fact.
Yeah. I mean, again, I have always marveled at people treating professional fighters like they are talking to like Brad Pitt or something, like some kind of like famous actor. That's why, like, in the video, when Conor's walking through the casino and the guy goes, "Let's go, Khabib," and Conor turned around and spit in his face and was like, "Hey, look, I spit in your face. What'd you do?" Nothing. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I would anticipate he would do. It's like that's Conor McGregor. You're gonna fucking bait that guy in public. Like, why would you do that? Yeah, you're that close to him.
And the thing is like, that people forget, just because he's a superstar and he's a global iconic man in martial arts, he's still a human being. He's a
fucking killing machine, dude. Like, don't fuck with him, dude.
What people don't realize, I've been with Conor on many occasions, and you can't really tell. Conor has mitts. Like, his hands are like clubs. They are huge. Hence the reason why he's able to do what he can do with that left hand.
Well, yeah. And I mean, it wouldn't matter if they weren't with these fucking ass clowns that, like, listen, anybody who anybody who has any experience in any kind of violence should just like would know better than any of that. Not to mention, it's like, how many times has this happened, dude? People think that Conor's the one to fucking press and they find out he's not. So I have no sympathy for people who fuck with him in public and then find out the hard way. It's like, I just don't, you know. Now in this video, I'll have like, I only watched the video the one time. I'm going to watch it again. I'll put it in the video and I'll kind of like see what you can see. But, you know, again, like, I mean, I have friends in my close circle who, when they're blacked out drunk, have no ability to assess threats. Like, I've never understood it. I've always had to, like, when we were much younger, I'd have to clean up their messes. Now I always have to like anticipate when they're going to do something stupid and kind of get in between it before it happens or whatever, where you're just like, guys, like, you guys are like walking babies, you know, like when I have a baby or a toddler, I have to make sure they don't fall down the stairs. It's like, that's what you guys are like walking around blacked out drunk. It's like, dude, you're not winning that fight, idiot. Just stop. Don't do it. Like, like, what are you doing? Go play blackjack. Leave those fucking guys alone, idiot.
And I think that that incident with Conor that happened in Ibiza, I think he was in a relaxed state because he wasn't surrounded by security. It was 5:30 in the morning where everyone's messed up and drunk. Normally, if Conor's at a club or at an after party or doing a signing, there's bucket loads of security around the guy. There really didn't seem to be that many, which in my sense means that him and his mates were in a relaxed atmosphere, having a drink at the club, not being bombarded by fans. But it just takes one fool like that to come up and mouth off, and he fucked around and found out, man.
Does that guy like so did that guy know anyone in his crew from Dublin, or like the guy just is like there from Dublin, like randomly he's a guy from Ireland who happened to be there at the same time?
So I can't give you the exact answer to that. However, I know that you know, Dublin's not a huge place. Conor's very well known there. A lot of people know a lot of people in the same circle. And the source where I got this from is actually with Conor in Ibiza, and was there on the night. So I know this is a factual thing that's coming, but the guy was from Dublin and was being a smart ass and was being a dickhead and was squaring up and pushing on and mouthing off the whole night. It wasn't just that one incident that everybody saw.
Well, and the reason why I asked that is because Ibiza is not a cheap place to get to. And so whoever the guy is, he's got dough or he's got people that he knows that have dough. Conor runs with a pretty ill fucking crew from Ireland, I've heard. And so, you know, if there's some kind of connection between that guy and Conor's crew from Ireland that has anything to do with that world, then it's like there could be a bunch of things going on behind that thing that no one's going to find out about anyway. You know, it's in fucking Ibiza. Like, the guy's got money. The other guy has to.
Yeah. One thing he doesn't have is brains.
Nope. Yep. Well, hopefully it is from that world, because it makes it less likely he'll fucking sue Conor when he gets home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what the laws are over there in Ibiza, and I mean, I don't even know if that's applicable over there. But
that chick from Ireland filed a suit against him for that thing that happened in Spain. I think I could be wrong about that.
Right. That's
the only, because I thought about that. Because I was like, if he stretches some guy out like from Ireland in Ibiza, originally I'm like, they can't do anything. It happened in Ibiza, but I thought that chick from Ireland filed suit against him in Ireland for the incident that may or may not have happened in Spain. I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, that's what I was thinking about this morning, though.
I mean, and I think this has been happening for so many years. It's not just Conor that's been a target of overzealous fans or chicks that want to make a buck. This has been happening to high profile athletes for many, many years.
Oh, for sure, dude.
And especially when they see someone like Conor, who is, when I say accessible, you know, you can get close to him and you can be around him. So people like to take advantage of that. They see this guy's got this money. Hey, let's tell this story. Let me try and bait this guy. Let me try and get some cash out of him, which is what these knuckleheads try and do. So,
well, I mean, yeah, especially the girls. The only two stories with girls that I did extensive looking into were the Nikita Hand story, which I would literally let someone chop my finger off if I'm wrong about Nikita Hand lying about this. So like that, she's I would bet my life on that. And the other one is this fucking 300-pound 65-year-old in Miami. It's like,
yeah,
really? Conor in that club, in Miami, which I've been to many times. Conor's all, you know which one? I can't take it. I've got to have it. Yeah. I've got to have it.
Yeah.
You, this 300-pound chick, like, yeah, fucking right, dude.
Yeah, I mean, and anyone that's got any brains or eyes can see through that. But you know what it's like, Jesse. They either love him or they hate him. And if they hate him, they're going to believe everything that they're told. It's pathetic and ridiculous. But if you know the man like I do, he's a dad and a father like yourself. He's gracious to all of his fans. He's cool as shit. I mean, the guy has been so gracious to me. He called me when my dad died. He called me when I was in hospital. You know, he's getting me some work with the BKFC. You know, we have a solid relationship as far as I've known the guy for 10 years. He's not like what people say. He really isn't. And that's why I wanted to come on and tell the story, because I need people to understand that, believe this much of what you hear in the media, especially when it comes to Conor. Okay, believe that much, because 99.9% of it's all bullshit.
Yeah. Well, in this case, he definitely punched the dude. So it's like, that's the part that's true. And then it's like, you know, everything around it, like, who knows?
That guy's got something to tell his grandkids now that, hey, his claim to fame was getting punched in the head by Conor McGregor.
Dude, it's not a terrible story, man.
No, it's not.
You know, he came out with something, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, nice, dude. I'm gonna like, yeah, I gotta do, like, I got a whole other segment of this video to do, but I appreciate you coming on, my guy. So Marcus Deegan, where can they find your show?
Okay, you can find me on Spotify or YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram. Hey, anywhere on your socials. Make sure you give my podcast a follow on Spotify. I talk to everybody and we have some great conversations. And Jesse, once again, thanks for having me on, bro. I got mad respect for you. You're a workhorse. You are working all the time. And I remember back 4 years ago when I started watching you, and then you just exploded onto the internet and you exploded in the mixed martial arts world. And then you went the political side and then you spliced it up. And the one that you do with your wife, it's fantastic, who's also an awesome person as well. And I love how you got your girls in jiu-jitsu, and you're a classy guy, mate. I got a lot of respect for you, brother.
I appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much, man.